Hello, article writers. What you're seeing right now on your screen is the first step to our assignment this week. So this week we're going to be goal setting with Authors Craft and Purpose. You're going to be making some goals for yourself before you start writing your article. I'm going to skip over the first part. It's just your first name, last name, and period number. The first question that you really need to consider is which subgenre of articles would you like to try your hand at writing? So over the last 2 weeks, you've seen some examples of editorials, so opinion pieces that are a little bit more subjective, current events, so articles that have to do with facts about recent events, and sports articles, which might have to do with a game, a team, or an athlete. So you're going to pick which one of these subgenres you're going to try your hand at first in your writing. And I say first because you may have time to try more than one subgenre. You may start with an editorial and realize that it comes out pretty quickly and decide maybe you want to write a sports article, for example. That's okay, but for right now, we're just going to focus on the first one that you're going to try. The next part asks you which craft move or moves you will try in your own article writing this week. You're going to choose 1 to 2 moves. So last week we talked about using facts, statistics, quotes, and or examples in your article to engage your readers and to give them all the information they need. You may use, for example, statistics. If you are writing a sports article, you may use some statistics about an athlete. You may use some facts, who, what, when, where, why, in a current event. You may use specific examples if you're trying to write an opinion piece, an editorial, and you'd like to back up your claims. You may also, and it might be both, you may also use and define key terms and vocabulary in your article. For example, if you're writing a sports article and you're writing about basketball, for example, you may type the word assist into your article. Not everyone necessarily knows what an assist means in basketball, so you may need to define that key term in your article for your readers. There's also a choice for other, a craft move not listed above. This is because I know that you've looked at several mentor texts now, and you might notice that there are some other things that authors do, other purposeful moves that authors make in order to engage readers and to make their articles more interesting. For example, you might notice that an author uses a clever headline, something with maybe a piece of figurative language in it, like if you recall the mythology unit, we might use a reference to mythology. It was a Herculean effort to beat this team, right? So there might be a clever headline that you want to use, and that might be a craft move. That's a purposeful decision the author makes in order to engage the reader. So that's just one example, but you might notice that there are other things that authors of articles do in order to make their articles better. If you've noticed something, you might also say other. And if you do select other above, you need to identify that craft move you noticed while reading a mentor text that you will try as you start writing articles this week. So you can't just say other and then not tell me what the other craft move might be. Lastly, I'd like you to consider what effects or goals can the craft moves you select help you achieve as a writer of articles. In other words, what is the author's purpose? You are the author this week. You are the journalist. You are the reporter. You are going to be sharing information with an audience in the form of a news article. So what is it that you want to do? What is your purpose, your goal behind this? When you're finished with this, you'll submit it and it will go to your teacher. And if you have any questions, you can certainly email your teacher or see them in a Zoom hour. So that's all you need to know, I believe, about your Google Form.